Today I'm going to tell you the story of one of my friends who changed himself for a specific woman, and him actually changing himself to please her actually caused him to lose her. If you've ever been in a relationship that was falling apart, or you lost a girlfriend or wife or anything like that, and you tried everything in your power to fix the relationship, to please her, this story is probably going to sound a bit familiar. So if you've ever been in that situation, watch the rest of this video. So my name is Dark Warrior. I've been on self-mastery, self-improvement for 4 or 5 years, studying how humans think, how we think, and how we can better ourselves. And today I'm going to tell the story and talk about why you should not change yourself to please a woman. So I had a friend named Skylar, and he was kind of messing around with this girl in our friend group. I can't remember her name. We'll just call her Veronica. And him and Veronica were kind of messing around. I think they had actually slept with each other a couple times. And, they were kind of maybe in a talking stage, dating stage, something like that. Well, she was always complaining about his facial hair. And this guy, Skylar, my friend, he was real proud of his facial hair. It was a badge of honor to him. It took him a while to grow it out, and he grew it out, and she kept making remarks on how it's ugly and he would look better if he was clean shaven. Well, one day he goes and shaves his face, completely clean shaven, and he goes to her and says, "Oh, look, I shaved my beard for you." What do you think happened after this? Do you think that she immediately tried to get in a relationship, jump into his arms, or do you think that she lost attraction to him for this? If you're guessing that she lost attraction, you would be correct, because that's exactly what happened. So he thought by him shaving that he would gain her favor, that he would make her happy, that this would please her, and she would be such in debt to him that she would fall at his knees. Well, as we all know in life, fellas, this isn't how things work with women, especially when you do something to try to please a woman. It never works out like you think it's going to work out. So the complete opposite actually happened. So she went, and she was actually really grossed out by that, apparently. And she actually told a couple of people in the friend group why she stopped messing around or talking to him, because she was like, "Oh, I didn't like that he shaved because I asked him to," even though that's literally what she was doing. She felt like basically he gave away his manhood to please her. And that's exactly, can you see the symbolism here? This guy literally cut his beard, his masculine energy, something he was proud of, something that he grew, that was part of him, and he cut it off to please a woman. And what did he get in return? He lost his beard and he lost the woman. So if you've ever, like I said, if you've ever been in a relationship and you start giving concessions, if you start giving in, if you start changing your behavior, changing your ways to please this woman, "Oh, yes, baby, I'm sorry, I'll fix that, I'll do this, I'll do that," right? And you notice the more you try to hold on, the farther she gets pushed away. Versus if you say, "You know what, nah, fuck that, I ain't doing that. I'm doing what I want." And then all of a sudden she comes crawling back. And that's exactly what happened in this guy's case, my buddy. He could not understand what he did wrong. And that's where most of us are. Like, we've all been through this. And it may take several times for something like this to happen before you become self-aware. Like, don't ever give away your manhood to please a woman. Fuck that shit. So I'm over here in Vietnam right now, as you can see. I'm in beautiful Vietnam. I'm on the beach. And I met an American friend here, and he was trying to tell me, he kept egging me on, telling me, "Oh, you need to get a haircut. You need to cut your hair to please these women." I'm like, "What?" And he kept saying, he would not let it go. He was like, "Oh, all the Vietnamese guys here, they don't have long hair. That's not a thing over here, right? If you have long hair, that's going to cause a lot of women to lose attraction to you. So you need to cut your hair and have a clean cut." And I told him, he kept saying, "Oh, you don't want beautiful women? You don't want to be better with girls here?" Like, because I kept telling him, "No, I'm not cutting my hair." As you can see, I have a mullet. I have a mane, right? And I told him, I tried explaining to this guy, I said, I have my hair long because I want it to be long. I like it. It makes me feel good. It makes me feel confident. Like, why would I cut my fucking hair just to gain a little bit of attraction from some women here in Vietnam, some Asian women? And he could not understand what I was trying to tell him. I'm like, yo. And I remembered that story. Even though I'm not giving up my hair for a specific woman, that's still like the principle. It's like, oh, I'm literally cutting my fucking mane, castrating myself in order to fit the image of what the women here want, rather than just being myself, being an individual, and being confident within myself. And I have my reasons for having long hair. I've always preferred my entire life to have longer hair. I've never liked it short. And that makes me confident. Me having long hair makes me confident because I feel good when I have long hair, which would outdo any fucking aesthetic changes. And yes, I get it. I fucking get it. And I think we all get it. Oh, yeah, if you're wearing a fucking suit and you're doing this and you're clean shaven and you're this and you do all these little fucking manicure yourself and get a haircut and all this fucking nonsense, yeah, it'll make you more attractive. Yes, you will look more attractive. But if this goes against your core principles, if you're someone like that has fucking dreadlocks, I see this all the time, people talking shit on dreadlocks, right? In the future, I might even fucking get dreadlocks, right? Who knows? I might say fuck it and just grow some dreadlocks for the fuck of it. Is that going to turn off a lot of women? Yes, that is going to turn off a lot of women. Is that going to hurt my chances with women? Probably. There's going to be a lot of women that don't want to bring a guy home with fucking dreadlocks to their family. But do I want to be with a woman? That's the thing. What do you want? What do you want in your life? Do you want to be with a woman who is fucking having long hair as a deal breaker? I don't want to be with a fucking girl that sees me like, oh, this guy has long hair. He's not someone I could date. That's breaking my boundaries. That's breaking my fucking what I want, what I'm looking for. Because I want a woman that accepts me for the kind of hair that I have, that says, oh, yeah, that's cool that you have long hair. That's cool. Right? That's what I'm looking for. And like I said, this having long hair makes me feel good. So you may have something about you that makes you feel good. You may have a nose piercing, right? You might have a fucking septum piercing. Who knows? You might have tattoos. Like I said, you may have dreadlocks. There's something about you that makes you different from everyone else. Something, the X factor, as I like to call it. Something that makes you different from all the other NPCs and copy and paste men out there in the streets. Whether that's your style, whether that's your looks, whether that's some sort of accessories that you're using or a haircut that you have. In this day and age, unfortunately, we do have to differentiate ourselves. That's another thing that people don't think about. Okay, if you follow the copy and paste fucking framework, right? You know, you're dressed like everyone else. You have the same haircut as everyone else. All this fucking nonsense. What distinguishes you from everyone else? As far as looks wise, obviously I know your personalities. The personality is probably the biggest thing in your inner work and all that good stuff. But I'm saying just from the initial attraction or just you in a crowd, what separates you from every other human being next to you? Right? Are you unique or are you a copy and paste? Are you on some main character energy or are you on some fucking NPC energy? And that's what I'm trying to get at. Like, I would rather that you be on some main character energy. Like, oh, like you ever watch a fucking anime and you see the main character has like a fucking crazy ass haircut and all the background characters just look normal? That's what I'm trying to get at here. Like, do you think the main character gives a fuck what people think of his haircut? Right? well, there is certain animes where they do make a joke about that, about the character's hair, but they still keep that haircut. They didn't say like, oh, people are making fun of my hair, let me fucking cut it off. That's another thing. If people are making fun of you for your haircut, for your style, for your looks, whatever, something unique about you that you like, that you take pride in, fuck them. Like, literally, fuck them. Why do you need to please the crowd? Why do you need to please people that mean nothing to you? Why because someone made fun of you that you have to change yourself, that you have to change your true self? You don't. You literally don't. Like, and that's the thing. That's like that guy that was telling me to cut my hair in order to attract Vietnamese women, which it's only a Vietnamese like cultural thing. Like, I'm not even Vietnamese. I'm from fucking America. I straight up told him, I said, dude, I'm American. Like, and this was an American guy telling me this shit. I was like, dude, I'm from fucking America, and we can fucking wear our hair how we like. And that's like American culture. That's one thing I love about the United States. You know, we get a lot of hate nowadays. We get a lot of shit talking and stuff. But I'll say one thing about American culture that is amazing is that people are encouraged to express themselves, their individuality. They are encouraged to change their style, to be different, to go against the crowd. And that's something a lot of other cultures, like, we take for granted. There's a lot of other cultures out there where people are shunned for being different. And unfortunately, they fall to peer pressure and they conform with everyone else because they don't want to be judged, or they don't want to fucking be out of the crowd. And one thing I've been learning recently is you don't have to please the crowd. You don't have to fucking go and try to please everyone. You don't have to be like everyone else. You don't need to be part of the group. You can make your own group. You can find your own people, your own tribe. That's another thing that I'm going to talk about. If you follow your own path, and you screen for the kind of people that are compatible with you, you will find other people that are like you. You will find other people that are on the same wavelength as you. You will run into them. You will run into these people. It's just like an anime. Like I said, main characters run into main characters, villains, whatever. If you try to be part of the sheep, the crowd, your friendships, your relationships, everything, that's all it's going to be. It's never going to be the actual people that you want to connect with, and it's never going to actually be the people that you actually vibe with. Like, if you're different and you're kind of weird, but you're trying to cover up your weirdness and be like everyone else, your relationships and friendships are always going to be unfulfilling, because you're going to be the weird one or the different one, and you're trying to hide or mesh yourself into a group that is on a completely different fucking vibration or wavelength than what you're on. Versus if you follow your wavelength, if you follow your vibration, if you follow what you want, you will find people on the same vibration. You will find people on the same wavelength. You will find your tribe. You will find your group. I've found my group several times. I've literally followed what I'm telling you guys, and I have connected with people that are just like me, that have the same worldview as me, that have similar tastes to me. They understand exactly where I'm coming from. Like, if you're someone who's watching this video and you feel like it's speaking to you, that's exactly what's happening. You know, this video found you. You didn't find this video found you. And the words I'm saying are making sense to you because you know exactly what I'm talking about. So, if you're someone who wants to take pride in being different, do not give away your manhood to please a woman. Do not give away your manhood or your individuality to please the crowd. Continue being who you are and double down on it. And there's that saying, always be yourself. Always be the best version of yourself. So be yourself, but be the best version of yourself. So there's different versions of you. There's a negative version, there's a positive version, there's a neutral version, there's a savage version. There's the best version and there's the worst version of you. And through our lives, we've literally gone between these states. You can probably remember a time where you were being your best self and everything was falling into alignment. And you could think of times where you were being your worst self and doubling down on your most negative qualities, and your life was fucking in chaos and in shambles. So what I ask you to do is be yourself, continue being yourself, but follow the best version of yourself. All right, this is Dark Warrior. Like, subscribe, comment, leave me a question. Peace.